All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High and the proper names in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. I want to say, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem Rakakadash Ma'amaf. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, whom the world ably and willingly called God of Jehovah. Ba Hashem meaning in the name of. Yahweh Shai meaning He who delivers, whom the world eagerly and willingly called JC today. I'm going to give a double honor to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who ruled well, and another double honor to my elder as well, Rahar One Biyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect pushing this truth across the four winds, and to the one-third remnant believers on Yahweh Shema Shah, Shalom, Shalom. It's going to be a quick lesson put together through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, and I pray that it be edifying. I'm going to start off in the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, and verse 9. It says, Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened and is going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. So, the day of the Lord that's coming and vastly approaching, what is when the Lord basically, what they call the second death, when the Lord basically destroyed this place with thermonuclear hellfire, basically. ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. That's why it says for the stars of heaven. I mean, the Salakia, that's not talking about. It's talking about basically the after the nuclear fallout, you ain't gonna be able to see the ordinances, basically. But I'm gonna keep going. But it's another scripture basically saying the stars of heaven is gonna fall, and that's basically talking about the missiles. But I'm going to keep going. In verse 11 it says, And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So Lord said he's going to cause the arrogancy of the pride to cease. Basically, that community, but this lesson is not about that community or about the pridefulness of America. It's about the pridefulness of our women, basically. The Lord is going to basically, bring our women low. He's going to make them basically pick a side, basically. It ain't going to be no 3, 4, 5 different doors you can go through. It's going to be basically, going through the door being Yahweh Shai via one of his elect man, basically. So it ain't going to be no more pride. Basically, you get to pick and choose with what man you want to have these days, in that day, basically. And it says, And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So, our people are not going to be in that haughty spirit, once the Lord starts to judge this place. And it says, verse 12 being the point, it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And that man that's going to be more precious than fine gold are the man of the Lord that call upon the name of the Lord in truth and sincerity. Those that do the work of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So with that being said, I'm going to play a few TikTok videos. I'm going to start off with this one.
In this village, marriage isn't something the girls wait around for. They take matters into their own hands. When they spot a man they fancy, they don't hesitate to drag him into a hut, no matter how much he tries to resist. Even if the man struggles, the girls carry him inside anyway. This situation arises because men are extremely scarce here. Many of the local girls, despite their beauty, can't find a husband, as there simply aren't enough men to go around. This place is home to the Khmer people, living in the remote mountains near the border. With women making up 80% of the population, men are in high demand. The moment a man shows up, the girls scramble to claim him as their own and bring him home as a husband. This has piqued the curiosity of many tourists. A number of single men have come here, hoping to find a beautiful wife. Just moments ago, a man passing by a small courtyard was pulled inside by 2 girls, despite his protest that he was just a tourist. Scenes like this are a daily occurrence in the Khmer tribe. Local men are often too afraid to leave their homes, worried about being suddenly ambushed by e-girls. Meanwhile, the girls dream daily of a man walking through their door. In many other places, young men struggle to find a wife even into their 30s. But here, there are so many girls that they can't all find husbands. So would you dare to come and experience life in this unique village? In this village...
Come on, man. And, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Tahar, they speak on this all the time. Basically about in those times where there's going to be so many women, there's going to be a shortage of men, due to the wars, the pestilence, the sword, the famine. There's going to be a shortage of men. So in that day, you're going to down there have to climb a tree to get away from women. The woman that was so prideful to where, say you walk in the store, you see an attractive woman, she know you attractive, she attractive, but she'll try her best not to look at you or have a spirit of you supposed to chase her or whatever the case may be. It ain't gonna be like that, in the times that we coming into. Women are gonna be basically chasing the men of the Lord, trying to get our attention. But we're gonna be in a whole different spirit in that day, In that day, man, we're gonna be in a whole different spirit, basically. But I'm gonna get that again. It says, Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12, it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. And that's going to be that man of the Lord, when it's all said and done with. That calls on the name of the Lord in truth and sincerity. I'm going to play another video. You got a goddamn Eve right here.
4 18-year-old girls agreed to marry the same man. They live in a remote mountain stone house, waiting for a boy who likes them to take them away together, as there are very few men in the area. Marrying the same man is their greatest wish. In this 2-story stone house, 4 Nepali girls already live. They are single girls from the mountains, and due to the scarcity of men, they live together. They manage a small cornfield and rely on these limited crops to survive. Today, a photographer came specifically to visit them, and coincidentally, a young man also arrived at the girls' home. Initially, it was thought that the young man would take them all away, but he decided the burden was too heavy and chose to leave. Although the 4 sisters were very disappointed, they were accustomed to such outcomes. After all, no man can afford to support 4 wives. During the day, when they have nothing to do, they sit on the roof to see if any men come by. Even though the boy who came today wasn't interested in them, the 4 sisters were still very happy. They planned to celebrate by cooking a chicken. They placed the old hen on the fire to remove its feathers. It was clear that the girls were very pretty and delicate, with good figures and appearances. However, even with their looks, in a place where men are extremely scarce, they still couldn't get married. Therefore, for a better life, the 4 girls decided to live together and marry the same man, reducing the pressure of competition. While cooking, they divided the tasks. Some were responsible for cooking, while others cut vegetables. The 4 sisters got along very harmoniously. Unfortunately, they still lacked a man by their side. Otherwise, their lives would be happier than they are now. To successfully get married, the 4 sisters decided not to ask for any dowry. If you were given 4 such beautiful wives, could you afford to support them? 4 18.
Fine, man. And that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be here. These women in these other nations, they basically desperate over husbands because they understand the value of having a husband. Eve, on the other hand, Eve done laid in bed with this damn serpent, so she feels as if that she's better than her man. Whole time, you have the women of the other nations just sweeping up and snatching her man and basically treating her man right, And now she try to basically come off as if she don't need a man. I done watched the women in my family go through this for years, decades. I'd be so damn prideful to where a man don't even want to deal with them, don't want to be around them no more. You see what I'm saying? Overly masculine. You see what I'm saying? So where they can't get a man, even if they wanted to. Men not checking for them, men not coming up to them trying to talk to them. And if they are, they basically only want one thing. But these women in these other nations, man, they actually add value. But you got a lot of beautiful sisters in our nation. They got their head on right. But for the most part, most of them, they're just all gone, man. They gone. They gone, bro. It get to a point to where Esau done lifted their ass up in so much pride to where you had the ones that goddamn, what they said about Leah in the scripture said she was tender-eyed. You had these women tender-eyed. I believe that mean not so good looking. I don't know. I could be wrong. But right, you have the ones that damn tender-eyed, overweight, obese than a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Prideful than a motherfucker. And they'll feel as if they got some worth when it's all said and done with, man. And you have a man that's basically take care of himself, be in a lower state. They'll basically look down on that brother or whatever the case may be. So right. But this is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 1. It says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgments. All right. That's king. That king's going to be Yahweh Shai that basically reigns in righteousness. And right now, Yahweh Shai is on the throne. He has made us kings and priests to be able to exalt his name on this side. And that's the starting point. It's going to be a day to where our people physically see, the words of the Lord Yahweh Shem shall manifest. And it says, and princes shall rule in judgment, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So right, a man's going to be a hiding place from the wind. What's that wind? That thermonuclear destruction, Revelation chapter 7. And it says, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place. So right, imagine yourself walking through the desert, and then you come across that flint rock, that's gushing out water in a dry place. That's what it's going to be like to be with a man of the Lord and in times of trouble, basically. It says as a dry place, in a dry place, and as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And then the elders are basically just going into that the other day at camp, basically how the Lord led us through shade when we was coming out of Egypt. I forgot what that place was called, but right, the Lord was giving us basically shade. He had to basically he gave us a cover by day and light by night. That's what it's going to be like by being with a man of the Lord, that bears the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai in that day, basically. You see what I'm saying? Just like those 4 sisters that say, all right, well, we just gonna marry the same man, basically. And that's what it's gonna be like. For those 4 sisters that basically said they gonna marry the same man. Women are gonna come to their senses and realize, how important it is, to have a man, because they've basically been beguiled by the damn serpent and that CIA agent woman that basically got in our women head, man, and basically got them thinking that that they man ain't nothing out here, basically. I'm gonna play this next video, then I'm gonna get the rest of the scriptures.
This doesn't cost a penny to get a wife. As soon as boys approach, girls enthusiastically swarm around them, all hoping to be taken home as brides. They're even willing to pay a dowry. This is because the local gender ratio is severely imbalanced, reaching a staggering 3:7. It means over half the girls can't find husbands. They can only marry for free or pay to be married off. Lisa is one of them. At just 16 years old, she must find a way to get married in the second half of the year. The older she gets, the less likely she is to be chosen by a man. Actually, to marry them, you only need to meet the following requirements. You just need to be a man, and you'll almost certainly find a wife. Once these girls pass 20, they're almost unmarriageable, even if they offer a dowry. Therefore, the local area holds 2 bride gatherings each year. About 100,000 young women are waiting to be married. These girls, like Lisa, all need to find a way to get married. The oldest among them is only 18. While being beautiful, they also need to have enough skills to handle household chores and earn money after marriage. Lisa and her friends put on beautiful makeup and head to the bride gathering. Upon arrival, they're stunned by the tens of thousands of young women. They constantly promote themselves. Some say they're good at housework and not need, but more girls are willing to offer a substantial dowry to the groom's family, hoping to be chosen. Lisa and her friends, being beautiful enough, find husbands in just a few minutes. However, this is just an exception. In the end, over half of the girls will never get married in their lifetime. This doesn't cost a penny to get a wife.
Come on, man. What it says in that country, in that country you have women try to pay to marry you. They gonna pay you a dowry. They gonna break you off a little something. You know what I'm saying? Just to be with you, basically. But you think about how it is here. You have a woman that's a damn low degree, don't deserve to be with anybody, and slept with hundreds of men. You see what I'm saying? And it'd be prideful than a motherfucker, dog. So it gets to a point in time to where we have to understand our worth and see ourselves as that fine gold. To see ourselves as fine gold, because Yahweh Shem Shai said that we are going to be fine gold. Because what? He take us through this furnace. He take us through the furnace of affliction, basically. And he refined us. So you going through it, you striving, you thriving. You got to see yourself as that gold, man. And everything that Yahweh Shem Shai promise us is going to come to us. Though it may feel like you're invisible now on this side, but it's going to be a point in time to where you ain't gonna be invisible. You know, women gonna see you basically. You know, because we all have that feeling. No matter how attractive you think you are, no matter how much you try to get clean or cute or whatever case may be on this side or attractive, they just not gonna see you because they don't like the spirit that you bear. You know, so all right, that's just what it is, man. You just got to get comfortable in that affliction. I understand that we just not gonna get what we want on this side. You know, until you how about Shemi Ashai say, all right, that it is what it is. You know, he gonna have us like a river of water in a dry place, and these little prideful bitches gonna be thirsty when it's all said and done with, man. It's all right. And it says, Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2, it says, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. So right, that's what it's gonna be. They're gonna pay attention. They're gonna see that gold shining. They're gonna see you shining that day. They're gonna see the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai radiating on you. You know, when it's all said and done with, you know, they're gonna want to know what it is about you. You know, Yahweh Shema Shai gonna have all the women that he got a set amount of women for certain brothers. You know, and they're gonna be, you know, they're gonna listen, and they're gonna understand. You ain't gonna have to worry about a woman talking back to you, or degrading you in that day, or making you feel like you just dirt. You know, when the Lord said you gold, when it's all said and done with, man. You know, so we just gotta see ourselves as that right now, and just be grateful that Yahweh Shema Shai gave us this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, to, you know, be able to, you know, serve him and have our heart's desires in the end when it's all said and done with. You see how these rappers live, and these drug dealers, and these molly heads and all these degenerates live. They could just have whatever woman they want on this side. But us, we gotta take a bitch through a million tests. You know, you gotta take her through a million tests, or you gotta make sure that she real deal riding with you before you do anything. Cause these bitches, man, I had a situation to where I didn't want to talk about it. I'll talk about it. I had a situation to where this woman was my friend. She was my dog, or whatever the case may be. I ain't never lay with her, never touch her, nothing. You know. So my dumb ass, when I met her, she was pregnant, but she was my friend. I never touched her. Mind you, we was friends for a lot of years. So when I had a son, you know, her son ended up thinking that I was his real dad, or whatever the case may be. And I'm young. I'm only 28, you know. So her son ended up thinking that I was his real father, or whatever the case may be. So I was, like the scripture say, be a father to the fatherless, you know, or whatever the case may be. And it got to a point to where I started going through stuff, and the bitch just got prideful and trying to hold her son over me like this was my real son. I'm like, bitch, it's not even my damn son. You see what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. You gotta be a fucking dummy, because I'm your friend helping you. You see what I'm saying? Helping you, you know, and basically trying to make sure that your son on the right path. And you got the audacity to try to hold your son over me. You see what I'm saying? Basically, because you ain't never been in a relationship. Never know what it feel like to be in love, or a relationship, or whatever the case may be. So now you want to come and try to basically be toxic towards me because don't nobody want your ass. You see what I'm saying? I don't want you. I ain't never touch you. You see what I'm saying? I've been friends with her for a lot of years. You see what I'm saying? So now it get to a point to where the Lord starts showing me a lot of stuff, and then now I see what type of time the bitch is on. I'm just like, bitch, you a fucking idiot. You stupid. You's a dumb bitch. You see what I'm saying? When it's all said and done with it. Or the case may be, just trying to be a real friend, trying to, you know, or what the case may be. But it's gonna be women like that realize, you know, in Jacob's trouble, who they fuck over. You see what I'm saying? You wasn't helping me in any way, shape, or form possible. I'm helping you, you know, by giving your son a father figure for you to move creep, you know. And it just made me think like, this bitch probably just wanted a babysitter. You see what I'm saying? Whatever case may be, my duck ass, extra sweet, nice ass, you know, trying to help everybody. And now, you know what I'm saying, in the end, you know, it's just a waste of time, or whatever the case may be, man. So, all right, it's just shit like that with women, dog. These women just be dumb as hell, so you just gotta understand how to see yourself as a celebrity. in your own mind. Not being in a matrix, but see yourself as fine gold, basically. You see what I'm saying? So now I get to the point to where, yeah, I see beautiful women, but that shit don't affect me no more. That shit used to affect me when I was a younger guy. 22. I'm 28 now. So like now that stuff don't affect me no more, man. These women. I'm grateful to Yahweh Shemel Shah for taking the love and care for women out of my heart, to where I used to be damn near simped out over these women. So right, man. But this is the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 16, and I'm starting at verse 19. And it says, "Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment." So right, all these things are coming upon the earth. Plagues, you have all them people that took that thing. All them people gonna take that funky monkey shot, jump shot. All these people gonna be basically taking these things, and then Esau gonna keep ramping up that 5th generation motherfucker, that 6th generation motherfucker, and niggas gonna be dropping dead. You see what I'm saying? It says, "Behold, famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish." So there's gonna be a lot of mourning, lamentation, and woe, anguish, a spirit, weeping, gnashing of teeth. You see what I'm saying? Ultimately, that's gonna happen when those ICBMs hit. But it's gonna be a lot of anguish going on in this place, man. It's gorgeous. It says, verse 21, "Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion." So right, victuals being cheap. So guess what? They're gonna think that the word of the Lord is gonna tarry. By us on the highways and byways blowing the trumpet. Next thing you know, it look a little ugly. So next thing you know, they'll do something and to like they did with them damn stimuluses, to have the people, to destroy the people's heart with a gift, basically. A gift destroyed the heart. So now a nigga be right back on that same path he was on, thinking as if the word of the Lord is going to tarry. So right, it says, "Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion." So right, the sword is still ramping up. You still see these people in the middle of a war when it's all said and done with. And that war is going to be a hot war that's going to touch the virgin daughter of Babylon soon. You see what I'm saying? It says, "Evil is going to grow upon the earth, sword, famine." Famine meaning lack of food. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of people that perish by that famine, man. That's a painful way to die, to go out. It says, "And great confusion." It's going to be great confusion. It's going to be a cry for wine in the streets. We're not going to have the men of the Lord teaching you the words of the Lord no more. It's going to be every man for himself, every woman for themselves, every child for themselves. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of lonely women and children out here, man, when it's all said and done with. So this is a time where you want to teach your children, about the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah. And it says, verse 22, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." So right, going into 2/3 of our people, especially, the Lord gonna take them through it, just like He did during that time. I don't know what time it was, what year it was exactly, but when our people was down there eating all the leaves off the trees because there wasn't no food, down there eating leather belts and stuff because there wasn't no food, man. And then I believe it was the donkey head that cost a whole lot of money, so they had to spend down there all their money just to buy a damn donkey head and eat that. When it's all, I believe. You see what I'm saying? So all this stuff is coming upon the earth, man. It's going to be a point in time to where, that Revelation chapter 6, a measure of wheat for a penny, to where you go into the store, you're going to then spend $2,000 just on a loaf of bread. You see what I'm saying? Most people don't make $2,000 in a month. You see what I'm saying? So right, this is the time that we're going into. Especially when this BRICS ramp up, and then ultimately when that Charagma come, that RFID. You see what I'm saying? So it says, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." So right, you're gonna have people out here taking up swords and basically taking matters into their own hands to feed themselves and feed them families. And then once it gets so scarce, it's gonna get to a point to where they take matters into their own hands to feed themselves, via their family, their children. You see what I'm saying? Cannibalism and some more. And some more stuff. So right, and it says, verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. So right, there ain't gonna be nobody around walking around the earth burying all these bodies. You know, the Lord gonna command the birds to come and devour, eat the flesh of kings, basically, of people, of captains. You know, via that war, you know, that's gonna take place. So right, it's not gonna be nobody here, you know, basically burying these dead bodies, man. It's gonna be every man for themselves, you know. And it says, verse 24, and there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. So there ain't gonna be nobody, you know, on these damn farms, cutting these grass, you know, picking these fruits off trees, you know, getting these crops, you know, selling these crops to these grocery stores. You know, it's gonna be every man for themselves, man. Nigga might have a farm, or whatever the case may be. Esau might have a damn farm. Somebody gonna come. He gonna have to fight off hella people for his farm. Just like I believe what happened to Job. I believe somebody, Chaldeans, I don't know. They came and basically took all Job's stuff. He was going through trouble after trouble. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna be like basically here. You see what I'm saying? Our people and the heathen, you know, they're gonna be running from trouble to trouble, man. You know, they're not gonna have no hiding place. And these women gonna be more messed up than the average person. Because at least a man, he got a fighting chance. You know, a man, he got a fighting chance. When it's all said and done with, women, they ain't got that. But it don't matter how much training you do. It ain't that much you could do with a man. And I be seeing these women in these gyms, and they be doing all that work, coming to the gym every day, working on their legs and their ass and shit like that. You see the men, they're coming there doing full body, getting strong as a motherfucker, trying their best to get strong. You see what I'm saying? Trying to look strong. You have some men working up their top half and not really working on their bottom half because they want to look strong and have a fighting chance. A woman, when she be working her bottom half, it's just to look good. Can't run a mile worth of fuck. Can't run 2 miles. You see what I'm saying? Ain't got no endurance to fight off no man. No, especially no goddamn soldier. Them soldiers that's gonna be over here when it's all said and done with, because you gotta think they over there eating real food and shit. You know, 2/3 of our people, we over here eating that fake shit, so they over there eating that real food, so they really getting strong. So you're gonna have to have the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai in that day. So right, it says verse 25, the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? Right, going back into the point that I was making, man. It's not gonna be no jobs, people waking up going to work. You know, waking up at the sound of the bird, there ain't gonna be no work. You see what I'm saying? They already basically getting all these damn robots trying to replace the average worker. Artificial intelligence. You know, that's why that whole behind that whole, you know, setting up that 5G, that 5th generation, that 6th generation motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So it's gonna be to a point to where you're gonna have to do a lot of fighting. You have to worry about damn robots and humans and animals. You see what I'm saying? So it's best to have the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shema Shai with you when it's all said and done with. It says, verse 26, the grapes shall ripe, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of man, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Right, because it's gonna be all type of martial law, man. You ain't gonna be able to cross that. Well, we in Florida. You ain't gonna be able to cross that state line to hit Georgia. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to go see your people down there on the south side. If you're on the north side, you ain't gonna be able to drive to the south side. You're gonna need that motherfucker just to go across the bridge. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna need that charagma or that elixir just to go across the bridge. So it's gonna be a point of time to where they talk about 15-minute cities to where you stuck in your neighborhood, basically. You know, you stuck in your neighborhood. They probably have a damn military drone for each neighborhood. It's lucky they built a goddamn highway right by the apartments, so that's all you hear all night. This how you know we in hell, bro. This how you know we in hell. They built a highway right here, the apartments right here, and the river where niggas be fishing at. Ain't no damn fish finna come over here and all that. You see what I'm saying? But come on, man, it's gonna get to a point to where it's gonna get ugly out here. It's gonna get so ugly to where it ain't gonna be no hope in this place. It ain't gonna be no hope for the average American, basically, man. It says, So right, so that a man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of a field which shall hide themselves in the thick grooves and in the clefts of the rocks. So right, you seen that on Walking Dead. It's on the movie Walking Dead. It was like 10 people in the city, basically walking around looking for guns and looking for food and looking for drugs and looking for anything that they can to survive one more night. And that's what it's gonna be like, man. You see how everybody bunched up in the cities? There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers running down I-10. You go down I-10, there's a whole lot of trees. And if you keep going down all the way towards Tallahassee, there's a whole lot of woods. Them woods gonna be full of people that's gonna be doing whatever they want to do in the woods. So you get caught lacking in there. Imagine this. It's a couple million people in Florida, right? From Tallahassee to Jacksonville, and everybody running in woods, and everybody trying to fight for the to get everybody chasing after the same damn deer. Everybody chasing after the same damn raccoon, trying to eat a damn raccoon, trying to eat all of the animals that in that vicinity, all the bears, the black bears and stuff back down there. It's gonna get to a point where you might scope out a bear or because these people eat anything. That's why I said I'm just basically saying the animals. You get to a point where you scope out a deer, and then now you over there trying to get the meat off the deer, and somebody gonna come behind you and take your food, and then they probably gonna take your women, your children, your daughter, or whatever the case may be. So it's gonna get to a point where these cities gonna be empty, and everybody gonna be in the woods trying to survive a day, another day, or whatever the case may be. As soon as you light a fire, you assed out, you fucked. You see what I'm saying? When it's all said and done, we're just creating a whole lot of scenarios, man, what it's gonna be like, because we don't really know what it's gonna be like. So right. So it says, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of a field which shall hide themselves in the thick grooves and in the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard of olives. Upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. All right, and that's what it's gonna be like, man. It's gonna be kind of desolate. You're gonna be walking, you ain't gonna, like I Am Legend, when it's all said and done with. People gonna be real quiet in that day. You ain't gonna be hearing all that partying bullshit and block parties. Florida boys with their damn speakers blasting. Niggas gonna be scared. Niggas gonna be real scared to make any type of noise. You never know what it's gonna be like. Have to run for goddamn the people that took them elixirs. Might have to run from them. You probably might not want to make no noise in that day. So right, and it says, verse 30, or when as a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. Right, and that's, you seen that on the movie Walking Dead. And it says, verse 32, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. So right, it ain't gonna be nobody out here lawnmowers cutting grass. Gonna get to a point to where you ain't gonna be able to recognize your apartments, vines and all type of concrete, the grass and growing through the concrete, cracking through the concrete. You see what I'm saying? Snakes in the grass and some more shit. It's gonna be crazy out here, man. And it says, verse 33, the virgin shall mourn having no bridegrooms, the woman shall mourn having no husbands, their daughter shall mourn having no helpers. Right, and that was just the point, going back into those 3 videos that I played earlier about how women are going to be mourning, and women are going to be basically trying to get whatever man they can get. You see what I'm saying? Like the 4 sisters that just said they just wait outside, and they say all 4 of us gonna marry the same man, and they just wait outside every day until whatever man walk past. You see what I'm saying? I would have walked right past there. They over there cooking chickens and shit. Looked like they was living rent free. Vegetables and shit. Lucky I ain't walked past that long. You see what I'm saying? But right, man, that's what it's gonna be like. It says the virgin shall mourn having no bridegrooms. It says the woman shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughter shall mourn having no helpers. And that's what it's gonna be like, man. The only women that's gonna be protected are the women of the Lord that call on the name of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai in truth and sincerity. The rest of these hood rats down here in Florida, we call it as rat cheese. They ain't gonna have no damn husbands, man. They gonna be trying to look modest in that day. They're gonna be trying to look innocent in that day. But the men of the Lord you're gonna be able to see right through that shit, man. When it's all said and done with. We're gonna know that they rust ain't all together wiped away. We're gonna know that they still some goddamn prideful baboons when it's all said and done with. Wild, prideful baboons. You know what I'm saying? So right. It says verse 34, and the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So right, in the war, a lot of niggas gonna get drafted. A lot of niggas gonna be getting drafted straight off the war. It says, in the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. You know, a lot of niggas gonna starve to death out here when it's all said and done with. So it's looking crazy as hell because they didn't chase after the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah in truth and sincerity. Now they ain't got no type of protection out here. You see what I'm saying? So right. It says verse 35, it says, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. So right, we hear, we understand, we hearken, you know, and we do our, you know, we chase after Yahweh Shema Shah to the best of our abilities because we understand and we believe the things that, you know, that's uttered out of his mouth. We believe the things that's written. You know, we believe the accounts of the prophets. So when it's all said and done with, we're going to try our best to maneuver and to basically serve him, man, when it's all said and done with. It says, verse 37, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. So they are not slack, man. The plagues are going to draw nigh. The plagues are going to be here. Everything that Yahweh Shema Shah stated, or everything that was written aforetime, things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. When it's all said and done with. So, all right, I'm going to go back to Isaiah chapter 32. In verse 9, it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So right, that's just what it is, man. The vintage is gonna fail. Your food stamps, your welfare, your WIC. You see what I'm saying? The nigga that you had for the food, the nigga that you had for a ride, the nigga that you had for money, the nigga that you had for weed. You know, they gonna, you better hope them nigga that you had on child support, it's all gonna be every man for themselves. And some of them gonna have your ass right on their radar when it's all said and done with, man. It's gonna be first come, first serve on your ass too. You know, for all the wicked women out there, man. When it's all said and done with, you have a bitch so powerful, shit crazy. So right, it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loin. So right, it says, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vine. And right, and that's just what it is. You know, these women gonna be out here mourning, you know, because they basically can't live their comfortable lifestyle like they've been living. You know, the whole time, us as Jake Man, we've been going through it. We've been going through it in the worst ways possible, some worse than others. The women, they had this shit so easy and so sweet. All they had to do was turn against us, and basically Esau was giving their ass everything that they needed. When it's all said and done with, man. So right, but us, man, it was a hard knock life for us, man. When it's all said and done with. You know, so we had to basically get it out the mud. But now it's going to become time where Yahweh Shema Shah is going to take care of us. You know, and if you ain't got no man, you ain't going to be taken care of. You're going to have to fend for yourself. You know, all these bitches that was for the sisterhood, you know, all these women that was for the sisterhood, and they was all this and that trying to cancel men. You know, when we decide not to be on their leash, they'll try to cancel you. All those big bully bitches gonna start bullying the little pretty females. So you think they're your sister now until they ain't no damn food, until they lamenting for the teats. You see what I'm saying? Then you gonna know that they wasn't your sister from the beginning. You know, then you gonna see their true colors, man. Cause these women be real deal mean as fuck out here. When you really pay attention, especially these Florida women, dog. Especially the damn Chicago women, dog. You know, it's just like a different type of spirit on them. Like just extra mean. So right, they're gonna lament and they're gonna be trying to be humble and in that day, man, when it's all said and done with. So right. That's what our Lord said, tremble ye women that are at ease. They at ease right now. But the time gonna come where the Lord said, a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind when it's all said and done with. Being that destruction, I'm going to get that. Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And it says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. So right, the 4 corners of the earth, north, west, east, south, I believe, or the Salakia. Khan. And it says, verse 2, and I saw another angel. Salakia, damn raccoons over there. It says, verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants. Salakia. Khan, till we have sealed. Salakia, where was I at? Khan, I'm going to just start at verse 2, and it says, verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. Right, that goes into Revelation chapter 14, Ezekiel chapter 9, having that thawab, that mark of exemption from judgment, when it's all said and done with. So, right, and it says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Those the men of the Lord that was on the 4 corners of the earth, basically preaching and teaching, So, right. Going to the men of the Lord across the 4 corners of the earth that was basically teaching and calling on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, sighing and crying for the abominations that be done, and in the midst of this place, basically, mainly here, in this new world, what they call the new world, being America, when it's all said and done with, where the truth came from, basically out of New York, man. So mainly, where the great deliverance is going to come from here on, in this part, basically, because like Elder Apostle Tahar said, if you somewhere down there in whatever country, you don't really too much need deliverance. But Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to get his elect from the 4 corners of the earth, man. And then those missiles going to rain down on this place, man. And this place basically going to be destroyed. But those angels holding back the destruction, until every single person that's of Yahweh Shem Yahshua's elect is sealed, basically. And have this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, that call on his name in truth and sincerity, man, when it's all said and done with. But right, that's going to be the basically why I brought that precept out, is basically that's going to be the hide, that wind that we're going to be basically hid from. It said man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and the tempest being an ICBM thermonuclear hellfire, man, when it's all said and done with. So right now is the time to repent, call on the name of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua in truth and sincerity. This is going to be the last precept in the book of Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So right, we will eat our own bread. We're going to get our own food, and we're going to wear our own clothes. You ain't got to buy us no food. You ain't got to buy us no clothes. Just marry us. Let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Be with us. So basically, we won't have to suffer the things that the rest of the women of our nation suffer, and that's gonna be the spirit that they in that day, man. It says the eyes of them that see shall not be dim; they shall, and the ears of them shall hearken. So they ain't gonna be in that wicked ass spirit, to where they constantly want to come against their man for every little small little thing, dog. When it's all said and done with. And it says, verse 2, and in that day the branch of the Lord shall be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel, right? Even leading all the way up to the kingdom, because we're going to escape this judgment. We're going to escape, that second death, being that They ICBM thermonuclear fire, basically, man. So, Khan, that was it, man. I pray the lesson was edifying. Shalom, on to the next.